Welcome to Fifth Dimension. So I'm super excited to bring you today's collaboration with Golden Heart Tarot. Shout out to her. Before I get into the piles and the topic of this reading, hopefully you're not in a hurry. I do really quickly just want to mention that if you're not already one of her subscribers, that I do recommend her channel. Specifically, if you resonate with being on a journey of personal and spiritual development. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like the way that she interprets and does her readings have a strong foundation or basis in psychology. So when listening to the readings, it helps better understand the psychology of yourself, but not only of those around you and those that you're seeking readings about, okay? Also, the reason I recommend this is because I feel like it's such a good thing to have incorporated with tarot, because for me personally, on my spiritual journey, it started off with me just really having a lot of feelings and thoughts that didn't make sense to me as an adolescent. And so naturally, there was no spiritual anything around me. It was just religion, but I did not resonate with that. So I found psychology. Psychology was a way in how I could more understand or strengthen my development of understanding in myself, in my behaviors, and my thought processes and emotions and all of that good stuff, right? Psychology was the gateway into spirituality for me, to be honest. It was psychology, and then naturally I delved into philosophy, theology, and then spirituality. So I would definitely say that it's very powerful when you get spirituality and psychology mixed together. All right, I'm done with the fangirling. And on top of that, she has a wonderful sense of humor and her kind soul. Those are just like the cherries on top, right? All right. All right, loves. So for pile number one, I didn't even get into it. We have the topic of this collaboration is what strengths lie within your light shadow attributes. I will be doing the light aspect of the strengths that you hold within you, and Golden Heart Tarot will be doing the shadow attributes or the strengths in your shadow attributes. So those are the more subtle, hidden strengths, okay? Whereas the light ones will be those that are more pronounced, those that are more dominant, those that are more visible, okay? So for pile number one, we have new beginnings and a fresh start with clear quartz. For pile number two, we have This Is Your Life's Purpose with Lapis Lazuli. And for pile number three, we have Pay Attention to Your Dreams with Black Obsidian. As always, loves, choose whichever pile you feel most drawn towards. And if that's more than one, I would trust that. I'll see you at your piles, loves. Hi, pile number one. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this clear quartz, as well as the card New Beginnings and a Fresh Start, then you're at the right place. So, first things first, what I was getting as the main strength in your light attribute, or how you are perceived, or what's perceived as your main strength to others, is your ability to regenerate. Your ability, I was getting like from the image, like this is like a phoenix egg. Sorry, we'll get into the other card right now. Like a phoenix egg, and when things have come down for you or burned, when you've been burnt in life and had everything fall into fire, you've risen from the fire many times. You've regenerated yourself like the phoenix and moved on from zero, from start, okay? So this new beginnings and fresh start, I feel like you've regenerated yourself out of rock bottoms in your life. For some of you, I'm sensing that this has been multiple times where you've had things set afire, if you will, in your life, that all of a sudden everything's gone all around you, and you start from scratch, like I said, from zero. And this has the capacity to really inspire people. I feel like because people have seen you regenerate yourself, I feel like this inspires those around you to know that if they're in a difficult place, that they have the capacity to get through it. that them seeing you get through so many things gives them inspiration and hope for being able to get through whatever it is that they may be experiencing in their life, okay? I feel like you also offer a lot of guidance because of what that you've been through. You have a lot of wisdom, a lot of compassion to offer, and I feel like this is something that's very strong in your energy. It just gives me like you're the hugger. You're just like, let me give you a hug. You know what I mean? Like you just want to comfort and let people know that it's going to be okay, despite whatever it is that they may find themselves experiencing in their lives. All right, loves? That's a big strength to have. It feels like a guardian angel, like you're the person who, like, people need in dire situations, okay? That's a beautiful strength in your light attribute to have, pile number 1. So for the second card, we have confidence. So this card is representing the light attribute that is currently being highlighted in your life, that you are either like currently working on the most or currently being challenged with the most, or just being highlighted for you, like it's something that you are experiencing in some way, okay? So with have confidence, clearly this is about finding your inner strength, right? Or having awareness of your inner strength, but expressing it is another thing, is sort of what I'm getting. The lack of confidence in being able to express certain things or take actions on certain things is something that I feel like is something that you are currently working on. So let me read the little, oh, I didn't even read the other prayer. Let me read this one first, sorry. In case you want to screenshot it, it says, thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes. So that actually may be something you're currently experiencing at this time as a new beginning. And like I said, you being able to embrace it with open arms. For who knows how many times you've done this, but I feel like you've done it before. This ain't your first rodeo. Yeah, there's a lot of gratitude in this energy is what I'm getting. So the other prayer is, Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine, wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. Yeah, I feel like there's a strong barrier on you being able to have confidence in letting people in is sort of what I'm getting, pile number 1. Maybe that's what it is, but for some of you, I'm getting this is about feeling sure enough in yourself in taking certain steps and being okay and having a strong understanding and preparedness for whatever the outcome may be. Like not having the confidence and knowing that I'm going to take this action, and if it doesn't give me the outcome that I was intending on when I took that action, that it doesn't have anything to do with me and it's not going to change who I am. It's not going to wound me. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to let me know that that was not for me and then take a different action, right? Versus allowing that actions, like whatever happened from that action to affect and discourage is what I'm getting is being highlighted at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and pull your strengths. What strengths for pile number 1 in regards to their light attributes? What strengths does pile number 1 express in their light attributes? I'm going to do one more time. Okay, there we go. What strengths does pile number 1 express in their light attributes? Pile number 1. Oh, that's a lot. I just saw many paths. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, right? Is knowing that there's many paths. Thank you, Spirit. Knowing that there's many paths and taking actions. It doesn't have to be like if it doesn't turn out the way that you wanted, understanding that it has nothing to do with you. And that there are just many paths. Okay. And the last deck. Strengths. That one? Oh, I thought it was two. Okay. Alright. We have be authentic. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Card 39. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're currently being highlighted. That's the current light attribute that you're working on strengthening. Is being more authentic and being able to express yourself in a more authentic way is what I'm getting. Card number 12, have faith. Trust your faith in this situation with card number 12. I love this card. This is about regeneration with all of the butterflies. Card number 49, soul retrieval. Sorry about all the beeping. But yeah, there's a lot of signs here about the renewal, regeneration with the butterflies, and then like I was getting from the phoenix egg of like, yeah, metamorphosizing. Card number 17 with the storyteller. You hold the key to your story. That is your strength. Yeah, beep beep. Card 36 with seen beyond. I'm getting starseed. And card number 2, self-sabotage. Remember when I said that there's that working on the confidence, there's a self-sabotage that's going on with you. Ooh, maybe even outside energies. Unhealed wounds also, I'm getting. We have the Andean cross with card number 2, and we have card number 2 here, so 2 may be significant to you. We have the card transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Then we have starseed. What lights you up? Oh, stop it. Didn't I say I'm hearing starseed? That's funny. I hadn't even looked at the card, by the way. All right, I'm going to shift things around really quick. I'm going to pause. Okay, so pile number 1, sorry. Before I get started really quick, I do really quickly want to mention a message that I'm getting about this image of the self-sabotage and the candle going out with the card number 2. In the most recent, or one of the recent readings that I did of you versus they, what have you realized? There was the pile number 3 in that reading. The candle ended up going out twice, and I mentioned feeling that there was heavy energies trying to keep this that connection from coming together. So with this card of self-sabotage coming out, it's sort of giving me that the energies keeping the connection from coming together is potentially self. Please only take that if that resonates. It was a message about not letting anybody or anyone put your flame out. Put your fire out is what that message was. And if that resonates with you, flame being however that resonates with you, anything that you are feeling called to or taking action to, anything that you are very passionate towards, that you are not taking those actions towards, I was getting, might actually be yourself. You might be the one putting your own flame out, okay? So, like I said, only take that if it resonates. I just wanted to get that out of there. That way I could continue with the reading. All right. So, with your strength, okay, you are a person, again, I'm getting it play out as your main light strengths. Is that what people perceive in you is to be the type of person who can get through anything. The type of person who manages to find a way to still come out from the ashes. You come out from the ashes when everybody is just like, no, there's no way they survived that. But there you come from the ashes. You dust yourself off and expand your wings now that you're the phoenix and that you have overcome. With the soul retrieval and the transformation coming out too, this is like strongly indicating somebody who has the capacity to self-heal, to transmute that pain into a driving force is what I'm getting, okay? Into a driving force towards what's coming next, towards self-transformation, okay? Versus allowing it to just burn you down. With the storyteller, again, this is giving me somebody who stays optimistic in their path, in their life, in their goals, in what it is that they seek to experience. That is one of your biggest light strengths, is that people, I feel, look up to you. I feel like you are an inspiration to others, specifically when they are going through hard times, is what I'm getting. With this card of the Andean cross, it is about like having like strong spiritual connection as far as like the upper realms, the lower realms, like a very like shamanic type vibe is what this represents, right? Having connection with within, without, above, below, the circle within, being able to take opportunities and seize them as they come, and understanding energy as far as like opportunity in the right cycle is what I'm getting as one of your biggest strengths, is being able to strategize your way. Yeah, like take the steps necessary and strategize your way, which may be something that is why you've been able to rise from the ashes as many times as you may have, whether that's once or multiple times in this life that people have perceived you to transform and regenerate from, you know, the metaphoric ashes, and take the steps, understand, because there is strong connection within you and guiding force into what steps need to be taken, and having a strong sort of like strategy. That's what I'm getting. Strategizing, planning out is one of your biggest strengths, pile number one, okay? Because it really gives it gives you a strong sense of like a precursor to knowing what's coming up ahead, because there's so much strategizing involved, so that you know, like, okay, 8 steps ahead, that's going to be the perfect opportunity to then whatever, you know what I mean? And I feel like, so it's just like you already have like a very, like an extended amount of time because of this planning that you're doing, because of the way that your mind works, because of the connection that you have to, like I said, to navigating all of the realms, if you will, gaining information from all of those, using all of those strengths, and being able to lay out a plan for yourself that you can foresee is what I was meaning to say, versus precursor. Being able to foresee specific opportunities, knowing that the opportunity is coming up 3 steps from now, 2 steps from now, 1 step from now, takes the opportunity, instant success. Because it was like foreseen, right? I feel like that's one of your biggest strengths, okay? Then we have be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. I feel like that's one of the strengths that you're currently working on. With the have confidence, remember they came out, they didn't come out together, but regardless, I feel like they connect, and the energy is having the confidence to express yourself more authentically, however that be in your life, is I feel like the strength that you're currently working on. So keep that up, okay? Have faith. Have faith that you have the capacity. I feel like this has been a challenge, and I feel like for some of you, you may be, you know, a little hard about on yourself. Maybe that's where this would connect, the self-sabotage. You may be a little hard on yourself about maybe not already being where you'd like to be with that authenticity, and working on that and having more confidence and expressing yourself in a more authentic way. But don't this is understandable. Self-sabotage is understandable, but the first step is acknowledging that why you're not able to have that confidence and faith and take certain steps is because there's things within you that are holding you back. You are holding yourself back, essentially, right? It's the awareness that I'm the one holding myself back in the situation. I'm the only one keeping myself from whatever it is that you are wanting to do. Okay? But that's the first step already, right? If this is how you are and one of your strengths, understanding that this is part of the process. Part of the process is recognizing that there is self-sabotage energy involved, and that once you have that awareness, it's okay. It's all right. Once you catch that, when you feel yourself called to express yourself authentically in some way, understanding that this is going to come up and preparing yourself for it. Remember, preparing yourself and how we are going to navigate the self-sabotage that is going to come up. How are you going to prepare yourself for dealing with that and being able to jump over that hurdle? And it may take multiple times. It may take multiple, depending on how heavy that energy is. You know, that's not allowing you to find that inner confidence within yourself to be stable. And regardless, if I express myself in this way and it doesn't respond in the way that I expected, or give me the effect or the payout or the whatever, the desired effect, the desired response, sorry, I don't know why I'm trying to find the right words, but yeah, understanding that that doesn't change anything. You know, it actually builds you. It's part of the process. It's one of the steps to be able to get comfortable in expressing your authenticity, and trusting in being able to do so. It's part of the process, is learning how to tackle this self-sabotage, learning how to tackle outside sabotage, learning how to tackle all that. Those are part of the steps, okay? So trust in that, and remember that it's all part of the process. And so don't be too hard on yourself if you aren't already where you want to be with the confidence, and building your strength on that, okay? Then we have Seen Beyond and Starseed. What lights you up? I feel like this current stage of transformation or new beginning or fresh start that you are finding yourself in feels significant, in that there's strong purpose is what I'm getting, and I feel like you feel guided to it. With the Starseed, what lights you up and Seen Beyond, I feel like you are currently building on the strength. Maybe that's what the confidence is building on the strength to follow this sense of purpose that you feel strongly guided to. This is going to be something spiritual is what I'm feeling, but it doesn't have to be. This could just be expressing yourself authentically, because that in itself is very beautiful energy to be sharing out into the world, okay? Because there's not enough authenticity, and there's always it's like a blessing to experience authentic energy, and it just vibrates and ripples very beautifully. So if that is what it is in itself that you feel guided to do, and that's the strong purpose you feel drawn towards, trust that it is a very strong attribute to be focusing on at this time, because it's such a beautiful thing to offer to the world, okay? So that is what I got for you, pile number 1. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, do me the favor of liking, subscribing if you haven't already, dinging the bell, and commenting to let me know, of course. Please also do me the favor of going, or do yourself the favor, actually, of clicking on the link in the description box and heading over to Golden Heart Tarot's channel to check out your shadow attribute strengths, okay? I said that wrong. It's what strengths in your shadow attribute. But regardless, yeah, head over there and check out what other messages are there for you, loves. All right, until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Lapis Lazuli, as well as the card, This Is Your Life's Purpose, then you're at the right place. So I just finished shuffling all of the oracle decks, and what I was picking up during your shuffle was a strong sense of spiritual purpose within you, in where it basically is the driving force behind every decision that you make, behind your career, in regards to your family, in regards to love. Like, it is always rooted from spirituality. And I strongly feel like maybe there's this like cloudy energy, maybe rainy energy, of not being able to see, but trusting is sort of what I was getting. Seeking outside comfort, seeking outside confirmation, and the answer being within you, right? That trademark, the answers that you seek are within, is sort of what I was getting, but not in the like corny, cheesy way, in the way that you are protected. Is also something I kept on hearing. You are protected. And I sort of got the sense that you were embracing you. You are the one embracing you. It's not even so much as the universe has your back, and angels and all of those things. Yes, I'm sure that is all true. However, your true strength is that you got you. You have you. You have your own back, and that is the most powerful driving force in your journey, on your life's purpose, which I feel is strongly associated with a spiritual path, okay? Twin flame journey, but definitely, if you don't resonate with that term, a spiritual journey, a spiritual life, okay? Is your greatest light attribute. This is you following guidance that doesn't necessarily have any, and I can resonate with this, being in the midst of not knowing where, trusting guidance and taking steps, but not really knowing where they're going to lead, and having difficulty, right, within the storm of trying to keep the trust within the storm, keep the trust that the rainbow will come, but knowing, feeling. This is a knowing. This is an inner feeling that this is just the time. This is the time to trust, the time to surrender, the time to have your back in this. Whereas there may be, it may be the case that you have nobody else to have your back at this time when it comes to however this resonates in your life, okay? Decisions that you are making that you may not have any support in, and this is the time for you to have your back, and I feel like you do. You have your back at this time, and for that is your strongest strength. This is what's going to unfold what is going to be your life's purpose, and I do see that rainbow coming for you if you have been feeling. Let me read the little prayer in case that resonates with you, or you can just screenshot it in case that might resonate with you. It says, Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. And that is awesome. I actually had never read that. I don't really use this deck. Okay. So that was the main energy of your light attributes. Your main light attribute is you having a strong spiritual foundation, okay, in everything, in all aspects of your life. That's your greatest strength at this time. I know I say that a lot, but I have to. There was something else that I was going to say about the next card. It is the light attribute that is currently being highlighted or strengthened is the card of this situation is already resolved. And then it says, I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this. So the light attribute that you are currently highlighting or strengthening right now is trust, surrender. That, okay, yeah, so anything. This is that dark energy that I was feeling. It's uncertainty. The dark energy is just uncertainty. It's doubt, it's fear, it's worry. It's all of those things that condense your energy, your hope, your vibrancy, your purity, your joy, you know. It's all of that. so let's see what we get for your oracles. What strengths in pile number 2's light attributes? Okay. What strengths in pile number 2 attributes? Okay. We have sexuality, card number 4, and beauty, card number 17. Oh, that's a message for me. I will take this one. And let me get one more. I just realized that it's the beauty. I was just like, that's a message for me. Like, not because of the beauty, because of the number 17. All right. Pile number 2, strength. All right. Pile number 2, strength. Pile number 2, strengths. Okay. All right, so let's see what we got for you. We have 11, take off your masks. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? I'll probably adjust everything right now. I'll just do it like that. Card number 7, a deep breath. Card number 11, in perfect harmony. What did I say? Did I not say it for some of y'all's twin flame journey? Leading a life based on a foundation of spiritual concepts, spiritual foundation. Card number 20, family and tribe. Card number 19, express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. Card 52, stand still. I'm loving this energy. Card number 16, eagle. And card 13, miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Okay, so I'm going to pause really quick and just straighten everything out. All right, so pile number 2. I rearranged the cards a little bit, but so far what I am getting is over here. I'm going to leave this energy as I already tapped into it, but I will connect it at the end, okay? So right here with take off your masks, I feel like one of the biggest strengths in your light attributes is the fact that you're very authentic, okay? With take off your masks being the masks that humans wear with each other to sort of shelter, hide, whatever, filter the reality of what their true self really is, their true life, their true experiences, their true opinions, their true feelings, all of that. It's the mask that they use to, I heard deceive, but it doesn't always have to be deception, right? A lot of the times it's protection, it's boundaries, it's triggers. The mask comes from a lot of places, and we usually have multiple masks. However, pile number 2, you are as authentic as they come. No need to wear a mask. You just express yourself as is. And I feel for a lot of you, this may have been a journey to get there. It's been something that I feel like sort of came off in layers. Like I see layers being shed into authenticity, which is why I said that there's like multiple layers of masks sometimes that we wear. So I feel like in different aspects of your life, there were layers of masks that you wore. And I don't feel in your case, I feel it was really just because of society, of expectations that puts us into boxes or has certain expectations of, and we naturally are inclined to want to meet those expectations as as we are expected to show up in life, in other words, right? If you have a job, you're expected to show up in a certain behave and communicate and in certain ways that are within the box, right? Which is to protection and all that stuff. But I'm saying regardless, this is something that you grew up with, of having to shelter or shed or hide certain aspects of yourself. But I feel like you, on your spiritual journey, have been shedding as you travel along on your spiritual journey until you've gotten to a place of revealing your authentic self. And I can definitely resonate with that. So that is something that is one of your biggest strengths, is being able to show up without a mask. And I feel like to a lot of people that's very inviting, but to a lot of people it could also be very triggering. Seeing you without your mask could outrage people. In some cases is what I'm getting. They get so triggered because they see you as being authentic, and I feel like a part of them wishes that they could express themselves in a way that's free and flow. But for whatever reason, there's a lot of restriction, and they seeing you in an authentic way triggers their inability to show up in the world in that way, okay? In perfect harmony and a deep breath together, I was getting the strong, a breath of fresh air. I feel like your energy is a breath of fresh air to people, because there is a lot of dense energy out there in the world, right? A lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot to complain about. I, for one, can resonate with being a complainer. Like, I can find something to complain about. That was instilled in me by my mother. Like, she is a professional finding something to complain about. And so therefore, I sadly have this bad habit too, right? But regardless, it's just like, I acknowledge it, right? I acknowledge it and then I shift it. That's what this is. This is somebody who has the capacity to see the brighter in all aspects. Chooses. Somebody who chooses. This feels like transmuting. I'm sort of getting the vibe of just like negative energy. Okay, well, naturally there's going to be negative energy around you wherever you go. Unless you're in your cave, which I feel like you like being in, but you know you got to come out of the cave, pile number 2, at some point. So when you do, there's this like, this is giving me like Buddha. You know how Buddha is like always like smiling and laughing, because there's something about being enlightened and having such wisdom, but the Buddha was very playful and childlike, right? Because there's this understanding that joy and happiness and laughter is a powerful transmuter of negative energy, which is what I was getting with this. What is this? Like a horn? A trumpet? Something like that. Sorry, I don't know anything about instruments. But yeah, being able to take what negative energy is around you and transmute it into something beautiful, which I'm getting like for some of you is joking around and taking, you know, what would otherwise be something that's like, oof, like dense, tense energy, and you just like are able to shift that in your environment. I feel like you have the capacity to transmute energy. You can walk into a room that's really tense and you're like the breath of fresh air. People are just like, oh good, pound number 2's here, because this shit was getting very you could cut the thickness of of whatever conversation was just happening, or whatever awkward vibes were just going around, and your energy right away just shifts it. You make a joke or something and right away the energy shifts, everybody starts laughing, and it's just like, breath of fresh air. Now we don't have to be all tense and worrying about serious conversations, or we can just enjoy and laugh and be silly, right? Okay. I feel like you're also very like a giving person with express gifts through love. I feel like that's one of your strong attributes. I feel like you just like enjoy, like you get such gratitude of seeing a smile on somebody's face, offering them, you know, especially like surprise. I feel like you like surprising people, and it doesn't have to be anything big, just like small gestures, small tokens. I'm hearing stickers. That's random. Like, oh, give somebody a sticker. If you're a teacher, maybe you're a teacher or something like that, and you like to give stickers to your students. I used to love to give, I used to sell them to them too. In order to pay for all the crap that I had to buy for them out of my pocket. Yeah. So stickers, yeah, just small tokens to put a smile on somebody's face. And I think that's something that's one of your greatest strengths. At least that's how other people perceive that to be a big strength. You know how to put a smile on people's face. Just with this energy, like your authenticity, your energy, your vibe, just knows how to put a smile on people's face, shift the energy if it's awkward, intense, all of that, right? Then over here we have family and tribe. And this card always gives me like strength. Strength in loyalty and yeah, just like knowing that you have backup, you know? Like this is sort of giving me like, if it's like friends, you know, that see this as a positive trait, like they already know, like if there's somebody like messing with them, or if there's somebody that, you know, like you're the go-to person to call. Like you're gonna have their back no matter what. If they need a reference for work or something, you're gonna have their back. If they need a ride, you're gonna have their back. You know what I mean? Like you got them. Like you're the one that they are dependable, right? That's what this is giving me. If this is in regards to the family, like they know, like you're the one to go to if they need, you know, like babysitting maybe, or whatever, same thing. If they need a freaking ride, they need a sticker. Just kidding. But somebody who's dependable, somebody who's also like protective is sort of what I'm getting. Like if somebody's like maybe feeling vulnerable, like they feel like you're the person who will give them something of strength, like words of wisdom that will help them find their own strength. Or just comfort, really. Feeling comforted, feeling protected, feeling, yeah, all of that. That's what this card always gives me, okay? Like knowing that somebody has your back, knowing that there is loyalty there, right? That's you. That's what you offer to people. That's something that's very, one of your biggest strengths, okay? So then we move along into this energy over here, and I really feel like with the eagle, birthing a new age, and priestess being called to step up and lead, as well as this spiritual energy right here with miracles and blessings and standstill. This is giving me that your ability to see higher perspective, your ability to wisdom, to offer wisdom again is what I'm getting. Your ability to, yeah, just see things from a different perspective. I think that that's something that is one of your biggest strengths. It is being in the midst, having the, sorry, I'm all over the place. Let me chill. You have the ability to, in a world full of chaos, I'm hearing that narrator's voice, in a world full of chaos, you have the ability to detach and see things from all perspectives, from a higher perspective, from a side perspective, from an under perspective, from from different aspects, okay? And I feel like that's a strength. That's a huge strength, because when you're just within yourself, when you're just in the one perspective, being able to see from there, so all you can see is there, what's in front of you within a certain visible, you know, but when you have a higher perspective, you can see things that maybe you wouldn't be able to see from that, you know. And if you can like move the perspective around to like another person, and you can see their perspective as well as how they're viewing you, like you can move your perspective around, and that gives you the ability to really have a strong sense of the situation, okay? I'm getting that very strongly. Then we have birthing a new age. I feel like because of this, you're remember in the beginning, I was getting something about with the career. Okay, so now I'm feeling the need to connect it. There was something about having a fears, having some worries, but working on those, right? This is an attribute that you're working on, is really trusting, really being able to put that energy aside and just blindly trust that this is your life's purpose, and that the situation is already resolved, that everything is going to work out even though you can't see it. And I feel like it's difficult for you at times pile number 2. I feel for some of you this is in regards to love. I feel for some of you in regards to career. I feel for some of you this is in regards to just being able to shed and heal a lot that you have been carrying with you. That there's like fear or worry that the steps that you're taking aren't getting you where you're trying to get, but trust that they are. They absolutely are. And because you are following, remember I said trust without seeing something. I said something like that in the beginning, but I was sort of getting like clouds, that you were having trust that the rainbow was going to come regardless of there being absolutely no evidence of the rain stopping. Okay, you're still deep in the midst of the storm and you have no evidence, but you have a trust, a feeling, a knowing that the storm is about to end and that the rainbow is about to come. You have this feeling even though you're just like, well, it's still flooding. The rain doesn't seem to be slowing down, but I feel like it will. I feel like it's about to. I feel like the shift is going to be, it's going to stop and the rainbow's going to be there instantly. Okay, you feel that. And you're trusting that and taking actions based on that, even though there's some wavering in places where you feel afraid, like what if this doesn't pay off? But then you're just like, no, I'm trusting, I'm moving forward. And that's what your biggest strengths right now, because I feel like whatever it is that you're still moving forward towards, regardless of not being able to see any evidence of the rain stopping, any evidence of the rainbow, you're trusting and you're moving forward, and whatever it is that you're being called to move forward is creating something new. You are creating a path. You're creating a path in order for more to follow, whatever that means for you, okay? But I really, it could be personally for more, like maybe you're opening the path to your blessings in order for more blessings to flow in, is sort of getting for some of you. For others of you, I feel like this is in regards to big things, big projects that you're setting your sights on that are really going to have impact, and then inspire others towards something. For some of you, I feel like these are big changes that you're being guided to make. And again, this is going to have a big impact. It's going to have a ripple effect of changes. Okay, so I really feel like you are miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. There's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of deep wisdom within you. There's a lot of groundedness and spirituality. Again, that I said is the root of your energy and of your strength. This trust that you have reached and in a level allows your energy to just vibrate with authenticity, with purity, with laughter, with lightheartedness, with generosity, with wisdom, with action. Those are all your strengths. You're a very strong person. To conclude, you're an extremely strong person. You have a lot of wonderful light attributes, and I'm very curious to know if these are all your light attributes. That means you've done a lot of inner shadow work, a lot of it. So I'm very curious to know what your shadow attributes portion of the reading will reveal. That is what I got for you, pile number 2. I hope that was able to resonate with you. If you are one of my subscribers, and I strongly recommend that you go and see the other part of your reading by clicking on the description box and clicking on the link to Golden Heart Tarot's reading of the strengths in your shadow attributes. Okay, if you are a new viewer coming from the other end of the collaboration, then I really hope that I was able to offer you something that resonated in this reading as far as what strengths you hold, or what strengths lie within your light attributes. If you were able to find resonance with it, then I ask you to please do me the favor of subscribing, liking, of course, commenting, and letting me know how this resonated with you. I always appreciate that. That helps me. I get gold stars. I get gold stars when you guys tell me that this resonated in this way, and I appreciate it, especially more than anything, right? All right, loves, so that's what I got for you. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this black obsidian as well as the card Pay Attention to Your Dreams, then you're at the right place. So before I get into pulling cards or anything, I do really quickly want to say that what I was picking up during shuffling the decks for this main image, the main image is what I was going off of because I was getting a lot of messages off of that. So it was giving me very like leadership, position of power. It was giving me like very King of Pentacles mixed with King of Wands energy. So a lot of fire, a lot of emphasis on building. A lot of emphasis on being grounded, like that is something that is very important, but it's also one of your biggest strengths is that you are the grounding force, the stabilizer, the stability. I feel I was getting like in your family, but this could be like in your job or career as well, like being the main go-to, right? The person that's relied on to guide, to lead, to take responsibility for, right? A lot of responsibility, a lot of people depending on you is what I was sort of getting. Okay, and I feel like there's a lot of strength in you to lead, and that's one of the biggest strengths you have in your light attributes. You have the ability to take charge and take lead in a very just and responsible way, however that applies to you. Okay, so this could be within your family group, within your friend group, within your home life with your family and your kids, perhaps, any of those ways. Okay, I was also getting that there was like within this role, like feeling like a weight of pressure in this role, like handling the role, like you have no problem handling the role, but at the same time it is very overwhelming. It's a lot for you to handle. There's just a lot of responsibility on you, and I feel like there's a part of you that fears, that worries, that what if, you know, at some point you can't, or what if you stumble on something and everything just tumbles. Like I feel like there's a lot of pressure on you, pile number 3, because of the little prayer. Let me read it out, and I don't know if you want to screenshot it. It says, "Thank you for tucking me into bed tonight and helping me enjoy a wonderfully restful night's sleep." Okay, so that's where I was getting that you have a lot on your pressure, and I feel like you need a rest in general. Okay, and then I got, it says, "Archangel Michael, I invite you into my dreams as my teacher, guide, and healer. Please allow me to understand this specific situation on a spiritual level and give me guidance." I feel like there's a part of you that's yearning for some assistance to sort of relieve, to sort of find a path to be able to maintain your stability, to maintain your power, to maintain control. Is what I'm hearing, to maintain control, because I feel like there's a lot, right? I feel like you're an octopus and you got your hands in a lot of things that you're trying to hold together, and because of that, I feel like there's part of you that's really seeking an easier path, a relief, a more flow, where you can have some relief but maintain everything that you are responsible for. And I feel like the need for rest. With the pay attention to your dreams, I think there is guidance, there is healing, there's something in regards to you resting, and maybe all of a sudden you're going to find a different path, but it's going to come from a place of being more relaxed, because I feel like there's a part of you right now that feels very overwhelmed. Okay, all right, so I keep on forgetting what the next card, because I pulled 2 cards, and the second card is, what light attribute is currently being strengthened or highlighted? Okay, so the excuse me, the light attribute that you are currently strengthening or is being highlighted for you during this reading is honor and trust your feelings. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. Okay, so I feel like that's something that you're working on, right? To be able to honor yourself. Remember I said with the rest, you do have a lot on your, and I feel like, okay, yes, I'm getting a message of you being like, I feel that I need a rest, a break, less of this overwhelmment, because the overwhelmment over and over and over, that's going to kill you, right? That's a lot of pressure to be in a consistent state in, and I feel like you feel guided to take a break and take a rest, but you're just like, how can I take a break? How can I take a rest when there's a lot of people that depend on me and I can't stumble? I cannot stumble because it is not only me who will be affected, but it will be others that will be affected, and I can't let that happen. I am the stabilizing force. I am the grounding force of this job, of this business. I'm hearing for some of you, of this business, of this, maybe it's a family business. I'm hearing for some of you too. For some of you, family, just in general, you are the stabilizing force and you're afraid to stumble and let your family down. For some of you, this is just in regards to friendships, strong friendships. Same thing, where you are the stabilizing, the glue of the friendships, and you are all that's holding it together, and you feel like I cannot stumble on something and others will be affected. However, your guidance is telling you still to take a step back and regardless of it, that the path, hold on, the words need to come to me. That the path you are seeking is going to come from that which you are avoiding, okay? Take that however it resonates. All right, so let's pull your cards and see what's going on. See what strengths lie within pile number. I feel like you're a very strong person, but I do feel like you, I don't want to say you don't honor yourself, but I feel like you could nurture yourself a little bit more. Pile number 3, what strengths? Pile number 3, what strengths are in their light attribute? Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, I'll show them, but I'm taking this one and then I'll get one more. We have Awakening Genius, Bird of a Feather, Bearing Fruit, and Great and Fool. Okay. We have Lightning and Pachamama. Card 30. Oh, I don't like that. Stop it. Stop it, pile number 3. You're making me nervous. What strengths lie in pile number 3's light attributes? I'm trying to not get after you. I'm just kidding. All right. What light strengths? Okay, there we go. What strengths lay in pile number 3's light attributes? Alright, so here's what we got. We have Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. The Rainmaker, card number 42. 32, Quieting the Mind. Card number 10, pay attention to the signs, LOL. Is that what this is? Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the signs. Yeah, you're getting signs. Card number 1 with Earth Magic. Card number 28, Jaguar. Card number 15, Practice Compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. And then we have card number 40 with Be in the Present and Dream of the Future. When we dream, everything is possible. So I am going to pause really quick and just shift things around. Okay, pile number 3. Really quick, before I get started, your shadow attribute is coming out dominantly in like your strength. Your shadow strengths are appearing in this reading. And so the first thing that I was getting with this Jaguar is very strongly speaking to me that you're strongly going to resonate with the Golden Heart Tarot pile number 3, shadow strengths attributes. Because here's what I'm getting. So pile number 3, your reading is taking a turn. It's taking a sharp left turn. Because actually, the way the other piles played out were very strongly coming out as the strengths in your light attributes. What's playing out here is strong guidance towards your light attributes blossoming, blooming. And I feel like what came out here was dominant shadow strengths that are like the seeds to your, I feel like you're barely getting to birthing, creating, experiencing, expressing, introducing yourself to your light attributes. Okay, because I feel like maybe you're currently in a period of what in the spiritual community is known as like a dark night of the soul, something like that. Like you've been delving in shadow energy for a while now, like, and the only reason why I say shadow energy is just like within. Okay, so shadow energy is what's hidden, what's within, what's subconscious, but sometimes just unexpressed and kept within you, right? So there's a lot of strength there. You've explored the territory of the shadow within you. And I feel like you've found a lot of strengths there, which is why I say if you resonate with that with me so far, that your shadow strength is something that's dominant, that you have delved in the subconscious, the psychology, your underlying hidden strengths, that you're very familiar with those aspects of yourself, then like I said, I would strongly suggest to take a look at the collaboration pile number 3. Okay, I feel like you'll find resonance in that, and I don't even think she's even recorded it. So all right, I got that out of the way, letting you know that this is going to be a guidance towards, okay, this is going to turn into a guidance message. So I apologize about that, but I'm telling you that you are creating what's coming towards. It feels like a lot of, okay, but I'll get to that. In the main energy, I was getting like this worry. Remember that I said that there was just a lot. Not being able to trust and honor and show yourself the compassion, because it came out here, practice compassion. Remember I said that you needed to, or that I felt like you needed to show yourself some more nurturing. That's the word that I was looking for, compassion. Yeah, to show yourself some more compassion, and it's coming out as a thing. Pay attention to the signs, card number 10 right here. The signs are available to you. You are feeling pulled towards, which is immediately what I was feeling with the honor and trust your feelings, that you are, that you know that you need to take a break, but there's this like strong fear or knowing. There's a strong knowing that if you take a break at it has the potential to affect. It has the potential to have everything fall apart. And maybe you currently are having certain things because you're so overwhelmed that you are having things fall out of your grasp. Yes, because when I was holding it and I was saying something like that, it almost slipped out of my hand. And I was just like, how? If I'm holding it, right? And all of a sudden it just felt slippery. But I think that's how you're feeling. It's sort of just like, I've already got like a very slight grasp on everything's already very slippery as it is, and I'm scared to just drop it all, okay? You may have certain aspects of it falling apart, and you may be gripping onto whatever you can at this time. It's sort of giving me tower vibes all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm getting tower vibes with lightning. Didn't we have lightning show itself in something? I think it showed itself in the shuffle. I can't remember if that was this pile. I forgot already. But yeah, you may be experiencing some sort of subconscious. Maybe it's a subconscious tower moment. Yes. Something within. You feel like emotionally or mentally or just, there's just something that you're losing. Something that you're losing grasp of, or something that doesn't make sense, or something that's just falling apart before you in that, okay? There is a lot of guidance for you available, all right, at this time, I'm telling you, in your dreams, or just needing to rest to be able to have a clearer connection and follow your own guidance, okay? Be in the present and dream in the future. When we dream, everything is possible. I feel like that is where you have the most power. The Jaguar energy combined with this was really giving me a strong sense of your guides wanting you to know that your main power is in the present and dreaming up everything, because I feel like there's a part of you that wants to experience the light attributes of life, right? The lighter energies, the lighter frequencies, the lighter emotions, the lighter feelings, all of that. With leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. There's a lot about faith and trust naturally coming out here. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of uncertainty in being able to trust the guidance that you are receiving. However, with these tower moments and all of this, I feel like it's just like inevitable. I feel like it's like, let's say you were climbing and then all of a sudden there's like a landslide and you're like trying to like still like climb in the midst of a landslide, but it's just like, no. Inevitably you will be forced down upon with it, and I feel like that's what you're trying to avoid. You don't want to feel that. You don't want to come down with the landslide, but the landslide is happening. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. But it's just like, it's something that is inevitable, something that you are avoiding at this time, or resisting, or unable to trust. Take that however it resonates. However, it's gonna happen, okay? There's gonna be a need for you to give and offer yourself that compassion is necessary. Like, however the resistance or however long that situation takes for you to surrender and trust and honor yourself, offer yourself compassion and quiet it all down in order to get to this last little row over here. We have the Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. Then we have card number 1 with Earth Magic, as well as the Rainmaker. Remember when I said in the beginning that you were like the stabilizing force, the grounding force, the provider, the protector, the everything for a lot of people that depend on you? You have a position of power. Everything that you're fearing losing and affecting others, like, it's going to be the opposite. When you allow and trust and follow the guidance, remember the guidance that comes from within you is always for your best good, for your highest good. And although it doesn't make any sense sometimes, in the sense like you're trying to get over here and they're telling you to go through this dark, spooky forest. And you're just like, but no, I can see where I'm trying to head and it's over there. And I have a clear path and a clear road and it's a paved road. So why would I go into a non-paved road in the middle of a dark, spooky forest? And your guides are saying, trust me, there's something that you're going to gain. Like, you're going to drive into the forest and all of a sudden it's actually going to be this like magical, whimsical awesomeness. Just kidding. But just like, it's inevitable. Like, you have to go through there. But what you don't see is that there's something that you need to gain there. before you can get there, okay? That's just the way it is. For whatever reason, that's how the universe works sometimes. And trust me, I get just as frustrated because I'm resonating with parts of this reading as well. So, Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. This does feel like it was like Tower, Dark Night of the Soul, a lot of like things needing to be shed, and I feel like it is subconscious. I just saw 2020. I do feel like it is subconscious because it feels like it's like shattered perceptions or shattered, maybe you had like a path set out, right? With me getting the vision of the road. Maybe you had like a vision or already you had a whole itinerary of how you were going to get to from point A to point B, and the road trip ahead, and where you would stop and what time you would. And it's not, your guides are telling you to tear up your itinerary, toss it out, and go a different route. And you're just like really resisting it, okay? However, what you're afraid of losing time or losing everything, losing your grasp or losing or affecting others, is actually going to be the opposite. Because right here with Earth Magic and the Rainmaker, Earth and Rain, are you kidding me? That is the creator of life. So if you're fearing not being able to maintain your stability and groundedness and being able to provide and protect and be that stabilizing force for in your position, to hold your power, to maintain your control, it's the opposite. There's a need to release control in order to start fresh, but from a fresh foundation. When we have tower moments in our lives, it's because you were already on rocky foundation. So the universe is doing you a favor by bringing that already unsteady building down so that you can build fresh from anew, create something brand new, something magical, something stable, something very abundant. With Earth and Rain right here, planting seeds right here, all the rain you need for those seeds to mature, to grow, to flourish is what I'm hearing. The route that you're being guided to take, despite it being very scary and unsteady and something that you're finding a hard time trusting where it is that your guides are guiding you to go, and that's understandable. It starts with the path of showing yourself compassion, and that is when you'll be able to have a fresh perspective and be able to understand that, yes, my guides are telling me to do something and I do strongly feel the need to do it, versus maintain the chaos and, like I said, continue to climb when the landslide is coming down. So you just resist and let it all fall down, and then you move into the Pillar of Light. It's dense and dense, whatever that was holding you back, and it's actually going to help move you forward once you release the control of it, okay? Of the direction is what I'm hearing, okay? Earth Magic and Rainmaker, there's so much beautiful abundance and instability that awaits you, more than you can imagine, okay? When we dream, everything is possible. And I'm hearing dream big. You do dream big. I'm hearing that you do dream big. And because of that, you have the capacity to create big things. All right? Pile number 3. So, like I said, I hope I was able to offer you something. I know this did turn into more of a guidance reading more than anything, but it does feel like where you're headed is a very beautiful. There's so many possibilities for the light attributes that you're going to able to, again, experience, express, all of those things, all of those words. So I'm happy. I'm happy for you, even though this is not an easy situation to be in. Trust me, I have been there, so I understand how scary it is and how scary it can be for a good amount of time throughout the entire thing. And trust me, sometimes, like for me, like I'm just I resonate with this, okay? So I hope I was able to offer you some guidance. I do want to quickly pull you one advice, since this did turn into a guidance reading. Let me get advice for pile number 3. Don't forget to go and see the shadow attribute portion of the collaboration. You can find the link in the description box, loves. All right, we have card 48 with Porcupine Spirit. Time for a beginner mind. Yes, remember, it's about releasing, fresh new starts, building anew. Time for a beginner mind to release what's old, and it is subconscious. For some of you, that's going to connect. the mind, the mentality, the thought process or the plan, the itinerary you had. Time to let that go and start from afresh, okay? So if that resonates with you, take that. If not, then don't. All right, loves? So that is what I got for you. Please do me the favor of subscribing, liking, dinging the bell, all of those things, and commenting, letting me know how this resonated, if it did. I always appreciate those comments.